Reports indicate that over 65% of the total population on the African continent are unbanked, and that banking penetration stands at 60% in urban areas and less than 20% in the rural areas. Well, this indicates a promising future for Islamic finance in Africa. For more, we are joined by Afaq Khan, who's the CEO of Standard Chartered Sadiq, the global Islamic banking business of Standard Chartered Bank. Thank you so much for making the time to join us. I do understand that you're currently at the Islamic Banking Conference in Mauritius, and we have seen Mauritius trying to make a headway and kickstart Islamic banking, but this hasn't taken off quite the way that we anticipated it would have. Why is that?
I think Mauritius has made great strides in developing a platform for Islamic banking. Developing markets is a game of inches. It takes patience, it takes perseverance, it takes consistent behavior. I think we had a very engaging discussion on how Mauritius can develop as a center of excellence for Africa in the Islamic banking space. I think there's opportunity for Mauritius to go and market themselves to the clients in Africa and to the investors in Asia and the Middle East on the platform that they have created and how it can be beneficial for capital flows and trade flows to take place efficiently.
You mentioned that, there's definitely opportunity there, and you alluded to the fact that we should possibly be, or Mauritius should be better marketing themselves. Now, what other opportunities are there, and how else can we ensure that we get, maximum output or maximum exposure out of this?
Yeah, so Bank of Mauritius has come up with quite robust regulations. Clearly, there's always room for improvement, and we've had discussions on what will be the next stage of development of those improvements. But we need to go and explain to the market what Mauritius offers. I think that is the missing link that needs to be covered. There are two parts to Islamic banking. One is for the local population, and one is for the African continent. I think the bigger opportunity, clearly, because it is already an established international financial center, it has regulations in place, it has human capital in place, which is very, very important, that it can play a significant role in the flow of capital from the rest of the world to Africa as Africa develops further.
What are some of the obstacles that you've incurred when you're trying to bring more awareness of Islamic banking?
So we have just entered Kenya as a Standard Chartered Sadiq as our first foray into Africa. We are now talking to the government in Mauritius, trying to share our experience and ideas on how we think we can make a positive contribution to the flows of Islamic capital to Africa, is building bridges, is building a story and trying to come up with a strategy where we can come up with a win-win solution.
Would you say this is the next big thing for Africa in banking?
Clearly, from an opportunity point of view, it is. Simply because Africa needs a lot of capital, and the global Islamic industry is always looking for new markets to deploy capital. The other thing which goes in favor of Africa, that Africa has had a lot of trading ties, for example, with the Middle East. So there is understanding of the cultures, the businesses of each other, and that will play well into moving from goods to capital to bring it to Africa.
Can you tell us more about ensuring that we have Sharia compliance in Islamic financial instruments and markets? I mean, how do we ensure that we have that compliance?
So there are several models that exist in the world. The central bank itself can also have a Sharia board which can come up with broad guidelines, but individual Islamic financial institutions also have their own Sharia boards which look at each and every product and each and every transaction on how it is structured, how it is documented, and also how it is executed. And then they issue their fatwa, which gives comfort to both the clients and the investors that the transaction complies with the principles of Sharia.
Can we talk about any sort of products or services that are available at the moment that are quite groundbreaking or exciting when it comes to Islamic banking?
Well, Islamic banking has made great strides in the last 10-15 years. So we offer at Standard Chartered Sadiq a complete suite of products from retail banking to corporate banking, commercial banking, trade finance, project finance, structured trade finance, capital markets, and risk management, hedging solutions for currency risk and other commodity price risk, and so on and so forth. So Islamic banking has made great strides in the last 10 or 15 years.
Thank you so much for giving us that update.